Gloria Hassall Show. So today we'll be continuing our discussion on social media and its effects on us, our families, our kids, and how things were before and how things are now with social media and technology and everything else. So I've got with me my lovely guest, Sharon Tabitha. We were together last week and we'll be continuing our discussion today. Hi, Tabs.
Hi.
So join us and just enjoy and give us your comments. If you've got anything to discuss, let me know. So what was it like for you growing up in regards to social media?
It didn't exist.
Before now?
It didn't exist.
At all?
Well, no. I mean, I grew up in the 1980s, you know, and there was no social media. There's the Central Library in Birmingham.
Go do some reading.
There was Handsworth Leisure Centre, and there was the library in the school. And there was the library in school.
Funny.
There weren't no Google. There was no... It just did not exist. I mean, my brother bought a computer. It was Commodore 64. And that was when I was around 11. So that was the first time I ever saw a computer. And it was very rare to see them in people's households, you know. Even mobile phones, there wasn't no mobile phones. You know, people didn't have these, just didn't have them. If somebody wanted to talk to somebody, you'd dial the number.
That funny phone, yeah.
On the right, yeah, that's the one. Where you go one and you wait till the one goes back to the one. To then put the next number in and wait till it. Yeah.
Imagine?
No, but that's how you spoke to people, or you spoke to them in person. You didn't.
Letters, I think.
Well, yeah. So, like, if my
Cards.
mum wanted to speak to somebody back in India, she would send a
letter, I think, or telegram. Or fax.
airgram. We had an aeroplane on there, and it went. Nobody did.
Funny.
And they didn't. Phones, what were they? Mobile phones? No. And then I think as my teenage years started, then you started seeing the first set of phones.
The Nokia phones.
The Nokias,
yeah.
your Samsung, which looked
yeah.
like a remote control.
Yeah.
It was, you know.
And then there was Sony Ericsson, I think.
Yeah, so those three were the main ones, weren't they? There was a Samsung, which Motorola.
Yes.
The Nokia and even those though, they, you know, yes, they rang people and you could ring people from your pocket, you know, but they weren't surfing the internet. And then like as soon as I hit like 18, it just went mad with computers. It went mad with mobile phones, and it went mad with things like tablets, laptops, you know, to the point now, you know, when you, so that I would say that was around the 98 mark. So then when we start hitting the 2000s, it just becomes the norm. It comes part of, there's not people not carrying a mobile phone or not got a tablet. You know, work went suddenly from working on a desktop, this big, massive, fat screen.
Sitting on your face, in your face. Like,
yeah, exactly. And you know, with this big drive next to it, it's suddenly shifted to this thing. You just open this laptop and you're suddenly doing all your work on this laptop, and you're thinking, oh my God, what is this? And then, like, towards now, everything's just getting smaller.
And smaller.
Or slimmer.
Smaller,
so it's almost like it's losing weight. Yeah. So your TV's gone. No, but it's true.
TV's lost weight?
It has. The TV has lost all the tube behind it, everything. It's gone to flat screen.
Oh my gosh.
It's a smart TV. You can get your social media apps on there. So you can actually now communicate through your television. Yeah. And that just didn't exist you know, while I was growing up. You can use all these platforms through your phone, your tablet. No, but we didn't have all these things. And now it's almost like it's exploded. The market has. You can get so many makes and models. Some are stronger than others. Some you can fold. Some are kind of, you know, big screens. Some have got multiple cameras. They've got different features. And all this is encouraging social media, really it is. Because, you know, you got TikTok, people doing their little dances. You know, I do think there's definitely, I don't know, I don't think it's a good thing. I wish that my child could actually grow up in the same way that I did in certain areas, because I don't think that the new generation would have the same social skills. Like, I've spent a lot of time with different people, sitting with them, speaking with them, and although you can have comms on the internet through the social media platforms and everything, really you can be what you want on the internet, can't you? It's not it might not be a true reflection. It might be your version of the perfect you, basically. So I think in that way it is a negative, because it's influencing our children to be kind of into it, using these platforms, but they're not just running around with a child in the garden, or they're not doing what we were doing at our age at that time. And I think that is negative, because if the electricity died or the internet died, I don't know how today's kids would day and age would survive, because if they're only taught about how to do everything electronically, how are they going to survive in a way where, they actually have to start thinking about things practically and doing them in a practical way? You with me? It's quite so I try and I'm trying to put restrictions on my little one, because I find kids get addicted to it as well a lot. So it's almost kind of like where it was kind of something that was new and people were attracted by it and were getting into it using the phones and mobiles and social media. Now it is just part and parcel of life. And people using their phones while having family dinner. You can't, like, to me, when we as a family have dinner, I'm just like, phones down, because we're interacting with each other. We need to have social values. We need to not be disconnected from what humans are, basically, because that desensitizes you. So when you see somebody hurting, you're not going to have the same feelings as if you were to see somebody crying in front of you right now. Like, don't get me wrong, like, if I seen something like that on social media, then I'd still think, that's wrong. I don't like that. But if I seen somebody do it right in front of me like that, I'd go and hug them, and I would console them. I would do, and these are skills that when you're doing that, these are skills a person's picking up. But nowadays, people have lost those skills with other people, because you can just send a text on WhatsApp and say, okay, what you doing? How are you? Whatever. It's not, oh no, I'm going to that person's house, I'm going to make sure they're okay, or I'm going to see what they're doing, but again, there's opposites to that, because it's helped a lot of people. Social media has, during lockdown, it's been their escape, and it's been a place where people can share information, they can look after each other, and it takes the stigmas away from mental health. So things like autism, dyslexia, all these things, people aren't as aware about it, but they have been becoming more aware about it because of social media. So I think there's positives and negatives for both, but to me, I don't think it's a good thing if people are actually removed from reality so much. And that's what social media does, is actually remove you from reality. It's actually kind of, I think it depends on what type it is as well. So you can get secure platforms where you can share information with your family or discuss with your family. But on the, if it's unsecure, that's where it can be damaging, basically.
When you say secure, what do you mean?
I mean, like, putting restrictions on what you can and what you can't see on social media, basically. Okay. So if we were talking about what it was like for me growing up, with social media, like, I didn't have it there at all, but Peter's got it there consistently. So, and if he comes home from school and says, Mom, we were talking about Squid Games today and the impact on social media of that, and I'm kind of like, well, hang on a minute, why do you even know about Squid Games? You're 6 years old. But teachers are having to educate the children about what is being shared on these social media platforms, because it can influence them.
Thank you for joining us for this session. This is all time we'll have for us. So we're going to end here and we're going to continue next week. This is the Gloria Hassall Show, coming to you from Sunny TV. Our sponsors, Sunny TV, Glandis Essentials, who always cater for my clothes, accessories and hair, Gloria Hassall Foundation, and Kane Pharmacy. You have a good week. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next week.
Gloria Hassall Show comes your way every Saturday, 7 p.m. on Sunny TV with your host, Gloria Hassall, to break down the importance of addressing and discussing issues like current affairs, marriage, culture, economy, health, wealth, and education on Gloria Hassall Show, 7 p.m. every Saturday on Sunny TV.